Welcome back to the Quote Room, Real Talk Sessions. This is episode 3 of our 5-part series, 5 Reasons They Don't Want You to Heal. In episode 2, we talked about what happens when your healing starts revealing what others have tried to hide. The moment you start pulling back layers, asking questions, or naming what was never said, people get uncomfortable. Not because you're lying, but because you're looking too close. But once you move through that stage, where the tension is mostly about them feeling exposed, you hit a new stage. And that's what we're talking about today. This is episode 3. They're going to lose you if they don't start healing too. And this one is personal. Let's break this down. Healing, real healing, isn't just about feeling better. It's not just about crying or journaling or setting boundaries. Healing is a shift in consciousness. It's when your mind stops reacting based on old pain and starts responding from clarity. It's when the habits that used to feel normal suddenly feel loud, uncomfortable, even harmful. It's when the people you used to laugh with start feeling heavy to be around. Not because they changed, but because you did. You don't even realize it at first. You just start saying less. You don't want to argue. You're not interested in gossip. Your capacity for dysfunction starts shrinking. The stuff you used to sit through now makes you feel anxious. The environments you used to tolerate just leave you drained. And the conversations that once felt entertaining now feel empty. You didn't plan to outgrow anybody, but healing doesn't ask for permission. It just do it. And here's where it gets real. People can feel that shift in you, especially the ones who are still avoiding their own healing. They feel the space growing, even if you're not saying anything. They sense the distance, even when you're still showing up. They know if they don't grow with you, they're going to lose you. And that realization, that's where resistance, resentment, or guilt starts creeping in. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're becoming someone they're no longer connected to. Let me give you an example. You've got this friend you grew up with. Y'all been tight since way back. Same block, same schools, same memories. The bond was real. They were there for some of your darkest moments and you were there for theirs. But now, something's shifted. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just over time. You've started healing. You're paying attention to your triggers. You're trying to communicate differently. You've been learning how to take accountability for your energy. But your friend hasn't started that journey. They're still moving the same. Arguing about the same things, falling out with the same people, blaming the world for everything they refuse to look at inside themselves. And at first, you try to meet them where they are. You listen, you encourage, you try to offer a different perspective. But after a while, the conversations feel one-sided. You leave feeling heavy, mentally exhausted, like your progress is being undone every time y'all talk. And then comes the guilt. Because this is your day one. This is the person who saw you through some of your mess. And now you're thinking, do I owe it to them to keep showing up, even though it's hurting me now? That's the heartbreak of healing. You realize that loyalty to who they were for you can't override the fact that they're no longer aligned with who you're becoming. And the truth is, if they don't start healing too, they will lose access to you, not out of revenge, not because you're cutting people off, but because your healed self simply can't survive in the same environments your broken self used to tolerate. That's the part nobody prepares you for. Healing creates distance, not because you're trying to leave people behind, but because you no longer speak the same emotional language. So if you've been feeling that space grow between you and someone you once loved deeply, don't beat yourself up. Don't force the connection to stay the same. Just recognize this truth. If they don't choose to do the work too, they won't be able to stay where you're going. And that's not abandonment. That's the cost of elevation. I'm Mike Moe, and this is the Quote Room, where words wake minds. Appreciate you for sitting with me. Until next time, keep healing, keep growing, even if nobody claps for it. And make sure you come back tomorrow for episode 4 of 5 Reasons They Don't Want You to Heal. We'll be talking about something deeper, something darker. They don't want you to heal because they know where it might take you. Because healing isn't always light and affirmations. Sometimes it's a dark road, a heavy one. And they've seen people take that first step and get stuck, so they fear you will too. They've watched others dig into their trauma and never make it out the other side. So instead of cheering for your breakthrough, they try to protect you from the breakdown. See you then.